think we're about to figure out that that's a problem.
Oh,
Bro, I think that meat was turned.
right. Um, Hello, everyone. Welcome as we start off our wonderful evening. I don't know why we didn't do the recap, on stream instead of recapping for ourselves personally. Slowly but surely remembering everything we did last week. But no, that's not how we roll here. Also, spoilers, we are playing Vampire the Masquerade on a Monday. Because I'm going to be out of town tomorrow. So blame me for everything that is wrong. If people, start dropping like flies, just blame me because it's not on a normal day. You guys didn't get enough prep. I get it. Um, but we're going to go around the room to say who we're playing and how you feel like tonight's going so far. Not like actual tonight, but, in game tonight. And then we'll go ahead and do our recap and then hop right on in. You know what? You got so much action last week, Carter. I think we're going to head and start off with you, buddy.
I did. I was the center of attention last week for sure. I am Warren. I am playing Carter. He's a Tremere. He would very much rather be reading a book than dealing with what he's dealing tonight, which is a club full of dead bodies and some vampires, some thin blood vampires. He's trying to keep on the friendly side.
And let's make sure to have a reminder. There are some dead bodies, but they're mostly dying bodies that you're tossing in the back of the U-Haul.
I mean, whatever.
Spoken like a true Tremere. Next up, we'll have Hannah.
You would think that's a Bruja saying, but
True.
I'm Hannah. I'm playing Eva, the Bruja, and I'm not a big fan of the idea of tossing dying bodies into the back of a truck, but that's where we're at, and I'm excited to see where this leads us. Hopefully, Dimitri's plan works out for us.
I heard that it has not failed yet, so I don't see why it would now.
That's true. We made it this far.
It's exactly. And then last but not least, Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I play Dimitri the Ventru, and things are going about as well as we can expect. We got the U-Haul. We got there without, being detected. We killed a serial killer. Set some poor victim free to probably someday get eaten by one of us.
Probably. Statistically likely.
Well, we got the truck. We're piling it full of bodies. Everything's going according to plan.
That is a terrifying plan that you have set up for yourselves to be going perfectly. But as a recap here, as you guys are taking a moment and sort of enjoying your club as you guys were in the process of disposing a body, people began to start dropping like flies upstairs. Shortly after, Eva found a individual leaving who was at least hopping into a municipal car. As you guys were trying to figure out what was going on, you guys were trying to figure out what the best course of action would be for this. As you guys go ahead and make a call to your good old friend Augustin, and he said he would help sort of make sure that all of this was pushed underneath the rug as long as you guys were able to provide the IDs available. As you guys were in the process of getting a U-Haul and sort of finalizing your plan, you guys over the radio heard that everyone who showed up to the opening night of your club, The Grove, received a all-inclusive trip to the Cayman Islands, where they can go ahead and relax as a thank you for coming to opening night. But you guys, as all good adventuring parties do, split the party as Eva and Dimitri went to the U-Haul place thanks to some very quick movement and some invisibility. You guys were able to go ahead and sneak past a lot of issues. But importantly, Eva is not exactly the best driver. and was pulled over for running a red light. Um, as you guys got pulled over, the officer walked up to you and asked for a BART, where you both sort of looked at each other a little confused before Dimitri was playing a charade, if you will. And the officer sort of just like nodded and just sort of let you guys go. As you guys continued down the road a little bit, you guys found a little motel that was across from the U-Haul place, and just sort of waited for a moment before you guys noticed the officer sort of slowly driving by. You guys made your way and rented a room, and you guys heard a loud commotion that was going on. As you guys asked the individuals to stop inside, he said to prove some things that were suggested, and Dimitri kicked down the door like it was his job. Um, as the door goes flying off the hinges, the individual looks very surprised at the two, and started talking a little bit down towards Eva, as Eva showed exactly what happens if you talk a little too much down towards her, in one way or another, and end up putting literally her fist through his chest. Um, you guys did see there was a victim who was in the process of getting a very brutal beating. But as you guys were untying her, Dimitri, you did go and look through the briefcase that was off on the side. And you guys did find a bunch of individuals that Dimitri did recognize as being missing victims of a serial kidnapper. So, as you guys did your due diligence, you guys set her on her way. Eva said that she would get coffee with this individual sometime next week. And you guys got the U-Haul, drove it back to the Grove, and you guys were getting ready to start loading up some individuals into the back of the truck. As you guys got there, the Thin Bloods tried to pull some shenanigans over on Dimitri and not give the full amount of money that they said that they found. As a joke, they go ahead and gave the rest of it back. And you guys were able to sort of pick up from there. So you guys are in the process of beginning to load these. Oh, last thing. Giovanni decided it's time for some snacking, as he went ahead and began to cut open an individual and rip out the organs from within and start chewing and devouring those whole. Shortly after, he decided or started showing some signs of heartburn, which typically, wouldn't really impact the undead that much. But then he started saying that instead of more heartburn, it became more of actual physical pain. And that is where we're going to be picking up, as he is sort of grasping his chest a little bit.
Are you okay, Giovanni?
I don't know. Probably wasn't the wisest to eat whatever happened to these people. In case you guys were wondering.
Well, thank you for being the one who took the bullet for us, so to speak.
I think I'd rather take the bullet than whatever is doing this. Oh.
Is there someone you would like for us to call?
No, I think I'll be okay. My driver's still outside. I'll have him just bring the car around. Oh.
Can I push a premonition to try to figure out if he's gonna be okay?
You absolutely can 100% push a premonition.
Great, nice and hungry. That sounds totally right.
Oh yes, and also you guys are backed up on willpower, so make sure to mark that back up if you haven't already. Um, Always good to see Carter get hungrier to hungrier. I think this puts Carter at 3 hunger now. And that's Carter and Eva
Yes.
both at 3 hunger. Wow, Dimitri's over here just living his best life. I think at 1.
Oh,
Oh no. Would you like to reroll 2 dots so it is not a total failure?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Actually, for your power, is that does that require a certain DC for that to succeed at all? It's a real question. As a cantrip.
The number of successes rolled determines the level of insight on the subject, if any.
Okay,
It's very much storyteller discretion there.
perfect. With 2 successes, um, your eyes sort of roll into the back of your head as you've done this once before, as your vision sort of escapes and sort of flies up towards the sky. You can see day, night, day, night. And on the 3rd night, you see Giovanni laying somewhere, unable to tell exactly where. But there's just where the veins would show for a human, you can see that they are rather large, rather full, but black, as they just begin to rupture one by one. You see immense pain before you're shot back into your body.
Well, that's really bad. Out of character.
Yeah.
Giovanni is somebody that we have at least somebody cares about, right?
I think it's a very loose term, if you could put it that way. More or less as much as Dimitri probably cares for any of these people who are lying on the floor, if not maybe a little more. As far as I'm aware of.
He's a business opportunity.
All right. Well, then I will tell Giovanni that given the effects of what's happening to him, I suggest he stays here and comes down to my library so that we can study what's going on because I have serious concerns.
Sort of looks you up and down. From whom do you come?
I'm a Tremere, clearly. Look at all the books I'm carrying. Like I start pulling out books everywhere.
Ah, I was unaware. If you are doing some tests, I would like some consultants of my own.
Who would those be?
People from my organization that would be a failsafe if anything were to happen. I hope you understand you are a individual.
Blood thieving mage? Absolutely.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. But if you believe that this is the best way, then I'll call them to meet us here.
Yes. Why don't we go down to my library and we can start figuring out what we need to do. Dimitri and Eva, you guys can handle this, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
Great. And then you see the 2 thin bloods sort of snap their hands and look around at the rest of the bodies.
You guys could be useful too. Why don't you come?
Sure, yes, please. They sort of hurriedly go down the stairs that lead towards your library.
Dimitri just looks at Eva like, what the fuck?
I guess we're capable of doing this ourselves, according to Carter.
And I'll text Dimitri and Eva.
He gets to mop up the blood.
I will text the rest of my coterie. I'm pretty sure he's gonna die if I don't do something.
I'll text back. Well, try to keep him alive, and this way then we can see what's going on. But don't nobody else eat one of these mortals.
Yeah, definitely, and maybe bring back snacks.
Yeah.
Lots
I
of
sent him
snacks.
I sent him a middle finger emoji.
Hashtag rude.
First he's like, clean up mess that, he could be responsible for making. I don't know. And then he's like, bring me food.
Well,
What do I
let's
look
just,
like? Uber Eats?
I mean, yeah,
Pretty much,
What?
yeah.
we're pretty much doing that for Carter. So yeah, we're Uber Eats right now.
Fine. You get the legs. I get the arms.
Oh, I thought you could just toss him in yourself.
I mean, are we going? Is this competition?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do this.
Both of you guys go ahead and roll strength plus athletics. As you're throwing this, Eva, you receive a text message shortly after you respond to Carter.
Who's it from?
Unknown.
What does it say?
I covered you this one time. Do not make the same mistake you just made.
I'm just gonna shut it off and put the phone back in my pocket.
All right. Dimitri with a grand total of 3 successes. Oh my Lanta. As both of you sort of begin to lug some bodies in, Eva, are you wanting to, I guess either one of you, wanting to willpower for...
No, this isn't that important to me.
Eva is
Yes!
competition. Can't help it.
I love it.
It's so good.
That's the competitive side.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
As you guys are throwing these people in, Dimitri, the first couple, you get like halfway into this truck, and Eva just chucking him through the air. The first one hits the back wall, and you just sort of hear a crunch, and you just hear and then just sort of falls. As the second one sort of just hits that body and just falls through. But both of them are gaining a little bit more distance than yours are.
It's no fair. You have lower center of gravity. You are naturally good at throwing things. Don't you know all Russian shot putters, all the best are women?
It's facts.
I believe it.
Check it out. While you guys are hucking bodies, and also I just want to make sure I have an understanding. You guys have, I'm assuming, the U-Haul sort of backed up to like the front door of the club, and you guys are just yeeting bodies.
Probably actually out in the alleyway where we'd have like a garage style door for like deliveries and stuff.
Okay.
So that way, it's a little less obvious.
Yeah, of course, of course. So the U-Haul's sort of backed up to that loading dock as you guys are just... Carter, You and the Thin Bloods, as well as the Giovanni, uh, head downstairs to your library, and Giovanni happens to look over at the mostly dismembered body. Keep him busy.
He was my last subject. You're next. Just kidding.
I need you to roll. Um, let's see here. What am I gonna have you roll? Uh, let's do charisma plus performance.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a super dice pool. That's gonna be
It's
sweet.
gonna be so good for you. I just know
Just
it to be
excellent.
true. Two. He can see the stale humor in it, and just as he's still quite unsure if you're joking or not. Um, as he did just walk down with a Tremere to a secret library below a nightclub that has almost 100 people dying inside of it. Um,
No, you're right to be concerned. Absolutely.
but as he sort of gets closer, he sort of steps around it, and sort of walks down into your library.
Okay, so then I will start figuring out if I have any books that might deal with this. My current plan, which is probably terrible, is to basically try to drain him and then feed him clean blood at the same time. I have no idea if that will work, and I'd like to see if I have any
I heard you say a very
research.
interesting word, and I just want to make sure I have a good clarification. When you say drain them, are you physically feeding and trying to remove that blood?
Yeah, that's kind of my thought. Is that
Okay.
if we drain all the blood he's got and then feed him before he dies, we might get all of the bad crap out of him.
Okay.
But I would like that's just me spitballing. I'd like to see if that makes any sense
Yeah, yeah. So
with my
you're trying to
research.
see like a intel plus occult to see if that is even something plausible to do.
Correct.
Please go ahead and roll it. And do you have any specializations in occult?
Blood magic.
Unfortunately, you would not get to die for the extra blood magic portion. Ooh. With 5 successes, um, you. It would be if there is a way that would like just cutting him open and just like having the blood rush out of him would not work, but siphoning the blood out of him with a feed would work. You just don't know if it would just transfer it to him or to whoever was the siphonee. Like, whoever, you're not 100% sure because you've never seen how this disease interacts with a different person. Um, it could save them, but you're unsure if it will have the same effect on the next person.
Could I rig up some sort of like pressure situation with the medicine rolls? Like I start a feed and then like just suck the blood out like with I don't know, some sort of medical setup rather than drink it all.
If you had like a transfuser, you probably would be able to. but I don't know if you have that equipment in your library.
I doubt it.
You have a contact who could probably get you one, but there
Well,
probably going to be some questions that may be asked because of it.
yeah, some questions that'll be asked. Okay, so then maybe I'll study the blood first to see if I can figure out how potent it is. Maybe if like me and each of the thin bloods, we split the blood that's in Giovanni, maybe we'll survive it? Question mark.
I like the question mark. I'm big fan, big fan. So are you wanting to do a taste the blood ritual to try to see if, or were you trying to study it some other way?
I've already tried to taste the blood ritual and it failed last time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
I
you
don't
tried it
know.
on a ghoul. You're not sure if there's a difference between a mortal or a kindred that's had it, but you tried it on a ghoul, so you're not sure if that has any sort of thing to do with it.
I so don't want to drink this dude's blood.
I mean, what's the worst that can? No, I'm just kidding.
I have bond junkie. The
Oh,
worst is I end up bonded to this fool.
yes, that is indeed the worst. Well,
Or dead, or both.
yeah.
But I assume, like, a drop of blood is probably not going to bond junkie me.
So Warren, out of curiosity, does Carter work in like the a lab at the hospital? What does he do at the hospital?
Yeah, he worked. I think we established that he sort of worked in the blood bank at the
Yeah.
hospital.
I mean, it might occur to you that a dialysis machine would might be a suitable option, and this guy does own a hospital.
That's true. This guy does own a hospital.
He owns the same
Totally
hospital
owns a
that you would
hospital.
be asking to get stuff from if you did ask ask your contact.
But I'm also concerned because the hospital is like ground zero for all this infection.
Yep, also true.
Well, so I guess my plan at this point is to wait for Giovanni's people. Well, I'll talk to him. Giovanni, are the people that are coming, do they know anything about anything, or are they just here to kill me if I mess with you?
I mean, they're one of us if that's what you're asking.
No, it's not what I'm asking.
Oh.
Do they know anything about anything? Like, there's lots of us that are quite not, you know.
We are not either Cam or Anarch, but they are very familiar with rituals.
Okay, that's cool. That may help. So what I'm thinking, and we should wait for your pals to get here to see if they agree with me. But what I'm thinking is we need to drain all of that out of you and put clean food in, kind of at the same time.
So
And
someone needs to feed from me as I'm feeding.
yes, but then that person who's feeding on you may very well end up sick as well. So I don't know if there's somebody you really don't like. Or I mean, you own a hospital. There's like a dialysis machine or a blood transfuser. Of course, the hospital might be a little busy, and it's certainly very public.
It is. How rapid do you think this is? Like, my individuals are coming all the way from the other side of Indianapolis, so it's going to be an hour, hour and a half drive. If you think it's more dire, then I guess I have to trust you to be able to do this.
So, player question: the vision was that was like a day passes, and then on the third night he died.
Correct.
All right. So I'm going off a hunch. So I don't want to tell you that I know. the answers to any of your questions. I think we can wait the hour and a half for your friends. But if you start to get worse, you need to tell me right away.
I'm not a man who enjoys a good gamble. I like to know facts. I like to know 100%. So if you're uncertain that this doesn't get worse within that time, I say do the treatment now. Any mishaps will be forgiven.
I appreciate that. We get. I, I don't mean to be impolite. The way you fed upstairs, is that the only way that you can feed?
To feel full, yes, but not to feed, no.
Okay. All right. Well, then we need somebody for you to feed off. Do I? I feel like you probably need to eat quite a bit of good blood, more than I think we have. We don't have any blood bags on file. We have one, maybe.
One. It would probably be more. And if he's requiring that much
Yeah, that
blood
won't
to
be
get
enough.
down, he's probably such an old generation that the blood bag probably honestly wouldn't even do anything. As you sort of felt that whenever your potency was increased.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I look at the thin bloods. You guys want to be donors?
The two of them look at each other. Are you the
If
one
you don't want to
doing?
be, if
Are you the one doing the feeding off of him?
I mean, I guess I sort of have. Well, I'd like to set up so that nobody has to feed off him if we can. Giovanni, do you want to go to the hospital?
Hmm. Well, it was just announced that I was purchasing that hospital tonight, so every employee and every probably news station is probably going to be expecting my face. So us going into the hospital probably won't be the easiest thing to do.
No, that's fair.
If it was literally any other night, it'd probably be significantly easier.
Yeah, well, it's definitely not any other night.
I mean, if you or one of them couldn't do it, there's the two upstairs.
Yeah. Well, what I don't know is how concentrated this stuff has to be. Um, it might be a good idea to see what Dimitri has to say on this. I assume by this point they've probably finished the body stacking.
One way to find out. You guys head back upstairs, and roughly about
Hey,
this.
that's completely not fair. You totally cheated. You stepped over the line that time.
You could see the
You're a sore loser.
mangled bodies as right as you hear Eva say that's a sore loser, she just yeets the last body straight in. You can hear the bones sort of crunching as bodies are impacting on bodies. But there are no bodies as well. I guess the last body that went flying through would have been DJ Fatty Spins as he is removed from the DJ booth.
Rest in peace.
I would have broke his neck before he threw it in there.
It's gonna be better
Yeah,
this
I
way.
feel bad. Yeah. Sorry, bro.
He's like, did I do a good?
It was amazing.
He was awesome. I'm going to miss this guy.
um, but you see the um, a couple of Thin Bloods, Carter and Giovanni, come back from the library.
You get him all fixed up?
Well, we have a plan to get them all fixed up, and frankly, I think we need a little bit of Dimitri ingenuity.
Okay, what does this involve? Blowing shit up? I'm on board. Just point the direction.
Well, what I think we need to do is drain all of the blood out of Giovanni while also feeding him clean blood. I'm concerned that if one of us were to feed on Giovanni, we would just be transferring whatever it is into us. Uh, in a perfect world, we'd go to the hospital and steal or use a dialysis machine or a transfusion or something, but we can't do that. So I'm hoping you have some Dimitri ingenuity here.
What do they use dialysis machine for? Who use it?
Doctors, clinics, hospitals.
Maybe their clinic in Terre Haute we can steal one from.
Yeah, that's
So
not a terrible idea.
I could
We're,
steal one, but you say he needs replacements, yes?
yeah, he would need replacements,
He
and maybe we could just break in. Right, the probably not a 24-hour dialysis clinic, so maybe.
depends on what the security looks like. If it's, they got motion sensors, all this kind of stuff, we have to worry about cops. But do they use this dialysis machine on doggies?
I wouldn't. I mean, maybe.
I just say so because vets usually have lower security. Who breaks into vet shop? It's a good place to steal drugs.
I mean, it's certainly possible. I wouldn't think that that was something that every vet would have on site, though.
Maybe there's a special clinic. I do not know. He's Let me get my phone. Start furiously googling.
I like it. What are you
And
googling for?
I'm looking for like basically I'll Google what the hell dialysis machines are used for, and then once I know that, I'll look for like animal renal clinics, treating dogs with
Sure.
kidney issues. See if there's anything in Terre Haute that fits the bill.
Yeah.
and
Go ahead.
and his blood is just too thick to like set up a like put a tube in him and start pressure and drain him that way.
It would probably be really entertaining, but it depends on how strong his blood potency is, and how it would. I mean, you could try cutting him open and see how it flows, um, but it's a coin flip at this point.
Well, I feel like we should try the coin flip before we go steal a dialysis machine.
I like it. I like it.
Or we could ask him. I mean, he could probably tell us like, "Hey Giovanni, how thick is your blood?"
It's like tree sap.
Exactly.
Crap. Okay.
It's molasses at best.
All right. So first, we're gonna put you in the microwave, and
Okay.
then
Zap you for about 20 seconds.
Frenzy.
soften up a little bit.
Okay. So as you're sort of Googling, there is a rather large um, and well-known animal hospital. It is not 24/7, but it is very well known for being sort of like a specialty for the more extreme end of like kidney failures and stuff like that in animals.
Oh, perfect. Hey, this place right here. It's over on Jackson Avenue. It's not too far.
All right, well let's take the U-Haul full of dead and dying to the veterinary clinic so we can steal a dialysis machine.
Things I would never think I would hear Warren say for 500, Bob.
The
This is what
sentences
makes
game
this
makes me
game
string together.
infinitely more enjoyable than D&D. You couldn't say that in D&D.
Oh, that is so good. U-Haul, if you're listening, we are looking for sponsors, and we'll be happy to take one.
Yeah, I think I burned the bridge with Denny's last
Yeah, I
week,
think
so
so.
we are looking.
It's that and Capri Sun. We're aiming up for the world. Um,
Okay, yeah, I'll shut the backside of the trailer door. You know, hopefully there's no blood like on the entryway from a few foul pitches.
as there, you will say that there is some blood beginning to pool underneath the bodies, um, but it's more of like pooling towards the center of the truck.
Oh, okay, good.
But it's not like going towards the bed or the where the drop down part is, but it's more pooling towards the center middle portion.
They have that nice low deck, so we'll be able to clean it out real easily.
True.
See, this is what we could be doing for you, U-Haul.
You know, for just $15.99 an hour, you too can load 75 bodies.
And now we lost
U-Haul.
Yeah.
Good
We
job.
don't ask questions.
I'm sure they would ask some questions.
It's going to be on their, like, you know, when you sign the document to rent a U-Haul, it's going to be the last dot now.
I mean,
Awesome.
maybe they could
Well,
run with it. Like they've got that little, the little thing over the top. You could get a couple extra in there. I mean,
yeah,
other
you could
box trucks,
really
you
tuck.
can't fit as many bodies in.
What is happening? Holy. Okay. You guys go ahead. Do you guys all just pile into the front seats of this U-Haul, or how are we traversing?
Well, okay, somebody has got to go get food for Giovanni.
Eva, you're probably a little better at picking locks, stuff like this than I. I'm good, but I mean, you've got magic in your veins when it comes to this.
So you want me to go break into this animal hospital?
Yes, get him inside, get him all set up. I bring dinner.
Can one of the Thin Bloods drive?
I can drive. I did a good job coming
Rude.
back.
You want to drive a U-Haul full of bodies to a veterinary clinic that we're going to break into? How many red lights are you going to run between here and there?
Whoa! You're breaking the thing. You didn't even know that they even ran a red light. This is breaking the immersion here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Haven't we established that he's a bad driver generally?
I mean, yes, probably.
Yeah.
Are you saying you actually ran a red light tonight? See,
Oh.
that just proves my point.
Awkward.
No one said that.
This is
A
hearsay.
voice
at
from
It
best.
on
totally
high.
did.
Allegedly ran a
No,
red light.
if you think you can drive, that's fine. I mean,
No,
I
actually,
can't drive it.
Let's ask one of the Thin Bloods if they can, because I think it'll work out better for security reasons.
Yeah, for security reasons.
Exactly.
Just believe me, Carter.
I know, I believe you.
You walk over to the group of Thimblets who are sort of just having like a small not necessarily like hushed conversation, like they're not trying to have you guys over here, but they know that you guys are discussing very important things, so they're just trying to have a sidebar conversation without interrupting. And they sort of look, yeah, what's up?
Anybody good at driving a U-Haul?
Yeah, we plan on getting one.
Oh yeah, there's one out back.
Oh, sure, I guess, yeah. Shouldn't be too difficult to drive. I've driven a couple of them before.
Perfect. Let's go do some crime.
What?
Not crime.
So wait, we're not doing crime, or we are doing crime? I'm literally confused.
No, he was just joking.
Yes, I was joking.
Such a bad liar.
Just yes, I am. Just drive us to a place and just sit in the car. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Don't, just don't run any red
no
lights,
sudden
though.
stops, and don't take any quick turns. The stuff in the back isn't tied down.
You don't, under any circumstances, open the back of the U-Haul.
Okay. And Bill's like, yeah, I'll hop in. Do you want Ashley to come with as well, or I don't know how much room we have, or if one of you guys are planning on riding in the back, but there's only 3 seats up front. No, there's 2 seats up front. So,
I can squeeze in the middle.
Well, why don't I follow behind in my car?
oh, okay, that works too. Giovanni's like, I will
Make sure the back door stays closed.
Sure. I will ride with Carter. Is it?
Yeah, Carter.
All right. Let's.
So, Giovanni, how much should I bring for you to have full tummy? Yes.
Completely full. Probably 3 with one. Not exactly expecting to make it through the night if you want me full.
Yes, okay. Yeah, 3. Got you.
If you're taking orders, I wouldn't mind one.
Does this one, like need to come back?
I mean, it's fine. Don't worry about me. Just get it for Giovanni. It's fine.
No, it's fine. I mean, if I'm going to the store, I
no,
might as well get snacks for everyone.
Let's not push it. Like
I kind of
we've got too
poke
many
Eva in the arm.
variables.
Are you hungry? You need food?
Don't touch me. I'm more hangry.
Oh, so yes, she needs snacks too. I bring
But I
plenty
don't-
of snacks. It's good.
Dimitri, don't get distracted. Just do the first job, and we'll worry about the rest later.
I just trust me. I know how to start party. Okay.
Okay, at an animal hospital. Sounds good.
It's good.
Okay. So, Eva and Bill head and hop into the front of the U-Haul, while Carter and Giovanni hop into Carter's vehicle. Carter, you realize that your car isn't exactly where you left it parked last. But Giovanni gets on the passenger side and just sort of waits for you to unlock it.
Cool. Is Ashley coming too?
Ashley's going to stay behind unless she's requested.
What's up to her? If she wants to stay behind, that's fine.
This night is, well, fucked up enough. I think I will stay if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Perfect. She sort of just shrivels up and just sort of walks back towards the basement.
Dimitri, do we have security guards right now, or no? Just the ghouls, right?
Oh, I'll radio and see if the ghouls are even still active.
Hey, how's it going, boss?
Oh, it's going good. We got most of the thing cleaned up. How's things?
With us or the footage you asked us to scrub?
Well, I didn't want to scrub. I want to find
Ah,
woman.
yes. Sorry. Answer to us is not very good. I have a lot of short-term memory, just sort of in one ear out the other. Um, but yes, we will find woman. I see that she maybe showed up about 20 minutes before leaving.
Did she put anything anywhere? Did she like open like something, stash it somewhere? Just watch, see if she stick anything anywhere.
Yeah.
There's a young woman down here by the name of Ashley.
Mm.
I'm going to give her a radio. If you find something, you tell her, okay? She look for it. You rest on your booty. You seem like you not feel good.
I yeah, yeah, okay. It sort of just sort of
Is Cole still alive, or have you heard from him?
I think he's doing a perimeter search. Just make sure nothing else is going on around. But you know, it is just him and me currently. So
Yes, it is unfortunate. I had to let the other guys go.
oh well, I guess we're doing some hiring then, huh?
Yes, very shortly. We've got vacation planned. We gotta go do some things and come back. We talk, okay?
Yeah. Yep. I'm just gonna search and scrub. And he's sort of just like you can sort of sound like he's like nodding off as he's in the process of finishing up whatever he's trying to say.
Ashley, come here.
Yeah, yeah.
I hand her the radio. The security office is up front. I want you to go there, put him on couch, scrub the video you're looking for, and I'll describe the woman
Mm.
who was in here. What the hell was her name? Cynthia Clare.
Okay.
I'll kind of give a brief description. Just scrub, see if she stick anything anywhere. See if she do anything weird. Check all cameras. If she do something weird, go look, but don't touch, okay?
You said do. Yeah, yeah, I got it.
You remind me too much of me.
Hopefully that's a good thing.
Yes, he's very good thing.
Okay.
Slap her hard on the shoulder.
Oh, okay. Ow. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go check the footage and tell your guard to take a nap, I guess.
Yeah, well, he's probably already unconscious. It sounded like he was sliding off chair.
Oh, okay. Should I call the hospital for him, or you think he's okay?
No, no. Yeah, I mean, if I would hate for him to die, but we don't need cops in here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's blood everywhere.
Yeah. Sure is. Yeah, I'm gonna go now.
You're all. Okay, you go look. Search camera.
Yeah, yeah. She sort of hurries off towards the security office.
Okay, we're looking into it. I'm hit road.
As sort of like a point in the game, um, even though you guys do typically have that security dot for your haven, until some additional guards are hired, you guys will be minus that bonus to your haven. It will come back as soon as you guys just do hiring. You don't have to pay any sort of experience for it, but temporarily it will be gone until you guys do some hiring back end for the security team.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, Dimitri, you are by yourself as you hear the sounds of the cars, or the car and the U-Haul truck begin to go ahead and drive off. Are you going to look for some 3 individuals looking to party?
I'm actually. Dude, what's the biggest car we've got that will fit as many people? We
Uh,
still have an SUV.
you still have an SUV and you have multiple cars out in your parking lot that would probably fit a decent amount of people in them.
Is there like a good-sized, newer-looking van?
There is also, it looks like a rather new, well-kept limousine that's also sort of parked off on the side.
Perfect. I'm going to find the keys.
Yeah, as you guys sort of were in the process of collecting Carter and the Thin Bloods, as Carter was looking for IDs mostly, but the Thin Bloods did as they were sort of looking through wallets, did find multiple sets of keys, and sort of put them into a large bowl, just try to keep them in a central location. But you find the keys that match the logo that's sort of in the grill of the limo.
Nice. Perfect.
Okay.
You want me to keep going, or
Yeah,
you want
yeah,
to
go
switch
ahead.
to somebody else?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna cruise neighborhoods where frat houses are, looking for a house party.
Oh, easy enough. It's maybe like 3-4 blocks away at most, and there is just
Okay.
this absolute loud, just
Ooh.
absolute rager going on.
I'll pull up in the limo and get out, and I'll just kind of walk up to a group of good even split
Mm-hmm.
men and women. I'll just be like, "Hey, you guys hear that thing on the radio about club?
Yeah,
The
the
Grove, yes?
the Grove, yeah, the Grove, yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, see, I pull out my business card. I'm owner. I have like 7 seats left on the plane. You guys want in?
Uh, yes, absolutely, yeah. Yeah. They go ahead and begin to rush towards the
Okay,
door.
so we're going to go to Rager beforehand. I got Buddy, he owns vet clinic. It's going to be crazy.
They sort of stop for a moment. What? It's
No, trust me.
it's
It's like a medical theme kind of rave. It's gonna be super badass. Trust me.
it's half of them are just talking about the fact they get to go to the Cayman Islands and could care less about what the location of this rave is. um, but yes, as you are getting everyone in and hopping into the driver's seat, you begin to head towards the location of the vet clinic. The other half of the party, the two of you, as well as Giovanni and Bill, arrive outside of the vet clinic. Um, is there anything you guys would like to do prior to arriving? You guys are just down the street from it at this point.
No, I'm good.
As we're pulling up, I'm going to be looking if there's any security cameras outside.
Yeah, go ahead and roll wits and awareness for me, please.
What's the DC?
DC will be 2 on that.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I needed food. It's gonna go really bad.
She's really mad that I give her a hard time about her driving, isn't she?
Oh,
So mad.
No, actually,
Or that I'm riding with Bill, I'm not really sure.
yeah. What's your
Bill
hunger
looks mighty
currently
tasty,
at?
doesn't he?
Yeah, what's
3.
your 3? You're looking at these cameras, and you're not exactly sure what it is, but the windows are down, and wind just blows past. And when it blows past, you can just absolutely just all you can just think is just how, like, you can smell Bill's vitae sort of just flowing, and it just smells delicious. You do not see any cameras. You can either still yourself and go to Hunger 4, or you can take a nice big chomp out of Bill.
I'm gonna go. Eva's gonna go with Bill.
Take a nice chomp out of Bill. Okay.
Yeah.
As Bill's driving and pulling up with this U-Haul, you go ahead and just reach over and just take a big bite out of him. You have never tasted anything. Actually, you have once tasted something this good, and it was the moment you were embraced and feeling and tasting the vitae of another kindred is something just unbelievably good. I need you to go ahead and roll a hunger frenzy for me. While Carter, as you can see, the truck's getting ready to pull in, and you see the truck, instead of like slow down into the parking lot, begins to accelerate towards the wall.
What the hell is happening?
Would you like to willpower that? You are looking for a DC of 3.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I can do up to 3, correct?
Correct. You can do up to 3. Okay. You resist the hunger frenzy. You take enough to get your hunger down to 2. And after you take the bite, Bill's eyes stop. Like, it wasn't even like a look of terror that Bill had, but he was just sort of relaxed and just sort of letting whatever was happening. It was a good experience for him as well. As he, at this point, you sort of realize as you come back into your own mind and the beast not taking over, as you impact the side of the building.
Shit.
But also, I need you to
Oh,
I need you to make a note for me.
okay.
As you have fed from another kindred, you are just put Bill and put a little tally next to him, as you have fed one of 3 times that would require to being blood bonded to this kindred. So if you feed from Bill again within the next 30 days, that resets. If you feed 3 times from Bill within 30 days, you become blood bonded to Bill. As you feel the sudden impact, you go ahead and take a single superficial damage as you sort of hit your head on the side of the dashboard in front of you. Bill sort of hits his face on the steering wheel, and blood begins to run down his nose. And Bill's, oh, what? And Giovanni is just looking over to you, Carter. Is this how we're getting in?
It is now.
Bestial failure is so good. Is your actually? I also had to ask, Eva, is your clan bane on messy criticals, or is it messy criticals and bestial failures?
I think just messy criticals, but let me just check.
I thought so as well, but I wanted to make sure because it hasn't come up a whole lot.
I thought the other one was special failures and messy criticals.
Now I know the other one was if you got talked down to, you had to resist a fury
Oh
frenzy.
yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. I don't see anything about.
Let's see. Banes. Oh, that was so good, man.
On a messy critical result on any skill test, a Bruja vampire causes damage to the subject of their interaction equal to their bane severity.
Okay, so it's
In
just a messy
addition,
critical.
yeah,
Perfect. Okay, so you don't do any sort of aggravated damage to Bill, just enough to feed from him, um, and get 1 point of bonding towards Bill. As you sort of hit this wall, you begin to worry about Bill. Sort of seem how you remember Hunter first reacting. Sort of that beginning process. But you now are back. As you look in the truck, the front of the truck is probably a good about foot into this building.
I'm just gonna look at Bill and be like, "Oh shit, I'm so sorry. I do not know what came over me." I take off my jacket and I'll just hand it to him.
Yeah, he goes,
Clean up your face. And I don't know if this is the truck still drivable. Like, can I tell?
it's still running currently.
Okay. Okay, listen. I'm gonna go invisible.
Okay.
You need to back up this truck. And
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
wow.
Damn. As you open the door to not, break any sort of issues, I need you to go ahead and roll another rouse check as you unseen passage. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. Nice. You don't go back to Hunger 3. Good job. Good job.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah. Don't mention it. He's taking his jacket, because for some reason he was just rude and just didn't lick the wound to close it. She's just like, here's a jacket, deal with it, and just gets out.
Too focused on the other thing.
Exactly.
You gotta let him know who's boss. I mean,
Gotta assert that dominance. See what happens when you're thin blood.
I'm pretty sure Bill's boss now.
True. Holy cow! As you guys see, or Carter, you see the passenger side door open, and that's it.
Okay. So do
As
I?
it
You know what?
begins to- he
We'll talk
begins
about it
to
later.
back it out slowly, and then stops as he puts into park and turns off the engine.
Oh no!
Bill,
Oh, I hope that engine starts again.
we good? You see him sort of poking his head out as he opens the door, and you see Eva's jacket just on his neck.
I have so many jokes. All of which are probably gonna be killed. So
By the person that's joking. Oh man.
I've seen how Eva reacts to being bumped or insulted.
Eva, you are invisible. Were you running to go somewhere particular, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go inside and
Okay.
Through the big opening now.
Yeah,
And,
there's an easy way to get in. Don't have to worry about lock picking or anything.
right. That was the plan.
Actually,
She does have that magic lockpicking skill.
yeah, it's called a batter ram.
Yes. I'm going to look for the cameras inside.
Yeah, sure. You want to go ahead and roll another wits and awareness for me, please?
Do I see any cameras
Also-
outside?
Go ahead and roll wits and awareness for me, please, Carter.
Also, while I'm doing that,
Mhm.
I would also like to look for like their security room.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to surge? It is a rouse check, but you increase your dice pool by 2.
Yes, let's do it.
Whew. Okay. So go ahead and uh,
I'm at 3 again.
so the nice thing, you actually roll the check with the extra 2 dice first, and then
Oh,
you
okay.
roll the rouse check. But we'll still take that rouse check.
Okay.
But um, go ahead and roll with the extra 2 dice from the surge.
Oh my god, these
With
dice hate me.
1 success, you don't see any sort of cameras, but you do see a locked door that does say security on it. Um, so you do see that, but you don't see any sort of cameras that are easily available to see.
Can I try the door?
Yeah, you go ahead and try
Let's
the
get
door.
in.
It is locked.
All right, I'm gonna try to break in.
Okay. You are now at 3 hunger. So go ahead and try to roll Dex plus larceny, and if you have a specialization for break-in, you had and use that. And you're looking for a DC of 3 on this lock. Carter, you have a DC 2 of those cameras, which I believe you succeeded on.
Yeah, I got 3.
See, so you do see a single camera that is um, off to the right a little bit, sort of on the front portion of the um, animal hospital as they sort of crashed into the side.
Okay, so maybe it didn't see it doesn't have an angle of where they smashed in.
It probably sees that someone pulled up, but it probably doesn't have line of sight of it's being smashed into the building.
All right, well that's handy.
Eva, you got 4 successes. You do go ahead and it is a difficult lock, but you're able to go ahead and open it up inside, and you do begin to hear or you can see right across the way as a little panel, like a pin code for an alarm system.
I am going to go back out,
Mhm.
like just where the wall is.
Yeah.
Is anybody out of the cars or truck?
You can see that, and with interacting with something, your unseen passage does break. But you look around, and Carter, have you got out of the vehicle yet at this point?
Yeah, once I figure out if I can get out without being seen on camera, I'll
Yeah.
definitely get out.
Yeah, you go ahead and pull up on the other side of the U-Haul, and you can definitely get out without being seen. As now you can see Carter, Giovanni, and Bill have all gone out, with Bill with his back to you with your jacket on his neck.
Loud enough for them to hear me, but I don't want to shout.
Mhm.
Is anybody good at security systems?
Yeah, I am. Bill sort of turns around and waves his good hand that's not holding the jacket.
Okay, there's a security thing that needs a pin. Do you know how to?
I could try to take it off, see if I can disarm it. And he goes ahead and tries to hurry past, and will follow you to lead the way.
Okay. I'll show him where it's at.
You guys go ahead and head into the security office, and he begins to. He removes drops the jacket as he needs 2 hands, and you could definitely see just the jaw mark of where you latched on as he's in the process of taking the front cover off as it begins to dangle, and he's messing with wires inside.
I'll pick up the jacket and hold it on there for him.
Ooh. the storyteller dice are even on your guys' side today as he goes ahead and disconnects the wires. I got it disabled. Is he sort of like looking over at you as you're holding this on for him? Are we gonna talk about that or?
Mm. Do we need to do that right now?
I mean, I guess not. As long as you
We definitely need to do it right now.
don't bite the shit out of me again.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's done bleeding now. So if you want your jacket back, you probably don't want to leave it as crime scene evidence, but it should be okay to have now if you want it.
Sure, I'll put it back on.
Gross. Okay. He begins to head back outside where Carter and Giovanni are standing. Carter, you see him not holding any sort of jacket anymore, but Eva's wearing the jacket now, and it is absolutely visible enough where you can see there's just a clamp down on his neck.
I'm just smiling.
Do I see security tapes or anything in the? I'm guessing there are in the security room area.
As you're sort of looking around the security room area, you do see that it looks like there is it's a terminal that does have a couple of monitors on it that it is using for security. And you could definitely see there are cameras, but it's mostly like the loading dock that's somewhere in this hospital, as well as the front entrance. That's in this.
Oh, none
hospital
of the
as well.
rooms.
None of the rooms you can see. There's no sort of security cameras.
Is there any motion detector things
If there are,
that I can notice?
they're not listed anywhere. Like you don't see like a graph of everything that's secure. If there is motion.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay, well, Carter, are you ready to get what you need? Get it all set up for Dimitri. Not for Dimitri, but when Dimitri gets here.
I guess. I mean, yeah, let's go. Whatever. We'll talk about it later.
Talk about what?
Nothing. And I step over the glass and just walk into the building through the window.
It's actually like it's rather thin, but it's a brick wall that was plowed into. As you're sort of stepping over the rubble and through the hole into the side of this building. And it looks like you guys broke into what looked like some sort of closet in this room. At roughly about this time, Dimitri, you arrive at said location. You do see the U-Haul and the car parked next to it. You also see a decent-sized hole in the side of the building that fits probably the front end of whatever is left of this U-Haul. I think you're muted, Dimitri.
I'll say, you stay in the car for a moment. I need to take a look. Looks like there may have been some kind of accident. Make sure party's still on.
And you can just absolutely, the music is absolutely blaring back there for them, and they are just chugging drinks that they brought from the party.
I get out of the car. I could have done this.
I think Carter hit it right on the nose with Dimitri ingenuity.
What the hell is this? I'm listening for sirens. I'm like,
Yeah, you're listening. You don't hear any yet.
are there any like residential properties around here where people might have heard and might be turning on lights and looking out the window?
No, it seems more. There's like across the street. Looks like there is a gas station, but it's closed for the evening. You guys do see there is a couple of other stores. It definitely looks more industrial, if you will, compared to residential.
Is Giovanni still out there?
Giovanni, you see him sort of at this point, sort of peeking his head into the hole and sort of looking and making sure before just sort of taking a step in.
Hey, Giovanni,
Mm.
real quick, I have a question for you.
Yeah, I have
Do
a
you
question
have
for you as well.
like way to mesmerize people? I'm not looking him in the eye.
Um, I have ways of making people do what I want. Yes.
Okay, because I've got like 7 people in the car that are like really anxious to, do whatever you tell them to, when you tell them to do it. They think they're here for a party, so
A party we shall have. Party we shall
yes,
have.
indeed.
Um,
Oh,
yes.
if you want to set dialysis up, I bring them in about 10 minutes, okay?
I'll let Carter know. Are you always so how's the word? Careless with your dealings?
Careless? How was I careless?
Well, not you in particular. I meant you as in you, your coterie.
Okay, it's been kind of stressful night, but I understand this is no excuse. But I will say that our carelessness usually works out in our favor. We've been able to accomplish a lot in a short period of time because we are willing to take risks, sometimes unnecessary, but sometimes very necessary, to get what is needed to be done. Like this case, we take big risks to save your life. Carter could have just let you bounce out the door and you drop dead in a few days. No problem for us. We don't know you.
And I appreciate what you guys are doing. I was just wondering if we could have done it maybe without putting a van through a fucking wall.
Oh, no, no, I don't. That's why I sent her. But did she do this shit?
Yeah,
Was she driving?
no, but I think she took a bite out of the person who was driving.
She did what?
He had her jacket on his neck, and then she came back out short. They went to the security room, and then he no longer needed the jacket, but she was wearing it.
Bill, come here. Bill, get over here now.
I think he's inside. He went with Carter and Eva.
Okay, well, I'm going to have talk with Bill. We'll sort this out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Let's.
But I think it's time for you to get inside so
Oh,
he can help
yeah,
you.
for sure, for sure. As he's begins to go over the rubble and inside of this animal hospital. Um, the three of you are in, or I guess the three of you being Carter, Eva, and Bill. You guys are inside of the animal hospital. From the hallway, you guys sort of like is in between. So it's the closet, the hallway that goes down to your right further. Um, and Eva, you've seen the room that it actually connects to as the main lobby. And there are multiple other rooms that are sort of locked and has say like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then across from me is the security. So different. It looks like different rooms for treatment, and then the security room, and then if you continue down the hallway to your right, it seems to be the open lobby, which you know there is a camera in.
Okay. I look at Carter and Bill. Let's stay in this area. Don't go that way, because there's a camera over there, and I'm not gonna go dismantle it today.
That is fair. Carter, any of these rooms in particular we need to be opening, or
I look around. Which one looks the most promising for the dialysis machine?
yeah, you would probably assume it'd be one of the treatment rooms that are numbered 1 through 4. But you go ahead and you could check each door handle if you would like to see if any of them are locked. Would you like to do that? But currently they're all shut.
Yeah, I'll check the first one.
Yeah, the first one is simply number 4, and it is unlocked. You go ahead and open it up, and there is a dialysis machine in there. Looks like it's
That's
very prepped,
perfectly
very
handy.
clean, ready to go.
All right, let's hook you up here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And he sort of sits down on the on the cold metal table that usually is used for animals, and he sort of plops down.
Gotcha. Do I know how to use a dialysis
You know
machine?
what? Go ahead and roll intelligence plus medicine. Would you like to willpower those 2 dice you can?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's not enough.
Sorry, you're looking at a 3 for it, so you just need one more hit. I'm sorry. Ooh, and you get all of it. You get 5 successes with that critical. Um,
Boom.
Clutch.
you absolutely have worked in the hospital long enough to know from hearing other people who are experts in it, um, how to get a basic understanding of how to run it.
Nice. Yeah, okay. So I start hooking him up.
Uh, yeah, you get begin to get him hooked up and everything. Have you done this before? I just have to ask for professional reasons.
Have I
Not on like someone of my
s-
kind, but you've used this machine.
have I smashed my way into a vet's office to use a dialysis machine on a kindred?
Yeah, that's well, maybe not of that tone, but yes, yeah.
Yeah, there's this one time I got thrown out of a car, and
Mm.
it's how the night ended up. Um, no, I know what I'm doing. It's fine.
Okay, you got it. And he sort of sits on the table and just lets you hook him up to it. All right. He it takes a little bit, probably about 5-10 minutes to get all hooked up and ready to go. Uh, but he is there and waiting.
All right, so we're just waiting on Dimitri.
Dimitri is roughly about this time where you said that you would set him in about 10 minutes. Um,
Okay. Yeah,
and
I'll pull the door open. Okay, guys, it's party time. Let's go.
as you guys can hear from the hallway, the sounds of cheering and yelling and all sorts of drunken shenanigans is beginning to pour into the hole in the wall. Oh, this is gonna be a sick rave. We had broke into the side of this building.
Fuck yeah, man. You know it's going to be awesome.
Hell yeah!
Look, the light on over there. Let's go to that room. That must be where everything going to kick off.
And
I'll start hurting them that way.
yeah, sure. And that is a good
This is
good.
gonna be us.
What is happening right now?
Um, as you guys get uh in everyone sort of set up. Eva, where are you Eva, as Carter is hooking him up? Where are you sort of standing? Are you in the room with Bill, or are you keeping watch somewhere?
Yeah,
I'm
somebody needs to be
standing.
outside to keep him watch.
I'm standing at the doorway
Of
Like,
the room that Carter's
of that
working in?
room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you?
Can Bill keep watch?
Yeah, Bill's like, if you need me to keep watch, I sure can. Keep watch for anything in particular? Are we looking for?
Cops, Bill.
Yeah.
Wait.
Sorry,
Cops.
sorry, I'm a little lightheaded. Uh, 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 yeah, I'm on it. It sort of begins to awkwardly leave the hallway and head towards the janitor closet where you guys broke into. It's sort of passing by all the ragers as now you guys can all hear uh, the small army of happy college kids who are ready to, enjoy a night. Um, as they sort of open up the door, or they get up to Eva, where the light is on, and uh, all are very concerned as they see a single individual hooked up to a machine in the center here.
Do I see that they're concerned?
Yeah, absolutely. They sort of like were all. It was like a, just a blanket of silence that went over as they all went, "What?"
Okay,
By the
listen.
way, I've activated Daunt, so if they turn around,
Yeah,
I'm going to be
of course,
looming
of
there in all
course,
my ferocity.
of course, of course.
We filter out the alcohol so that you can keep on drinking without getting hungover.
Uh, is that what you're saying to the group of kids?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll subterfuge and manipulation, and I'll give you a bonus die even. And you're looking for a DC of 2 because they are slightly under the influence. And by slightly, I mean absolutely heavily. You do need a single. You do need just one more. Would you like to willpower for it? Or are you happy with the failure?
Yes. No. I'm gonna willpower for it.
Okay. And you,
Total clutch!
of course, with the 1 die extra, you're able to secure the 2 DC as they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah," and they all just start screaming, just like getting hyped all over again. And then Giovanni just looks over to you. What? And just they don't even care about this interaction between you and Giovanni. They're just there. As you go ahead, I'm assuming you at this point you start start the machine.
Yep.
As you guys can hear the start, and you can see the blood begin to filter out, and it is sort of like a watered down syrup that is flowing through the tubes. And you can absolutely just see as the blood is flowing throughout, just the facial structure of him just sort of change, where he's like confused and just sort of waiting for it to go through, and you could just see like almost like anger incarnate begin to come in, as you can definitely see he's getting hungrier and hungrier at the lack of vitae that he's having inside of him.
Okay. So I have how many frat boys in this room with me right now?
You have a total of 7 individuals who are here, 4 of which are male.
I would.
As the blood starts to drain out, I will move into the room with Eva and we'll close the door.
You go ahead and move past and get inside. Eva, are you wanting to stay outside as they are moving the 7 individuals into the room, or are you wanting to stay on the exterior as like a level between Bill and the room?
I'll go inside.
Okay. The Cole Coterie plus Giovanni are inside as this begins. You can definitely see at this time with a loud just yell from Giovanni. You just heard everyone, or you just hear him say, "Stand," and do nothing. As everyone in the room sort of stops what they were doing. The cheering, the cups sort of stay in their hand, and just everything just slows. As let's see here. Sorry, I'm looking at one thing real quick. Okay, perfect. The first person, he just begins to feed, and they just don't react. He just launches into and just begins to feed, and you can see the tubes get tight as he sort of stays back a little and pulls the person into him, and begins to just feed on this individual. And he sort of, after a few moments go by, sort of pushes him off to the side. He's still breathing, but the person just falls. It sort of just lays there. And moves to the
I will
second
hit
person.
that one with the cloud memory.
Okay. They are a unexpected mortal, so there is no test to be made. They just forget anything happened. Second person, he goes up and pulls them in and takes another bite into them. It's roughly about this time where you guys hear a loud banging on the door behind you.
Shut. I'll open it up and look out.
It's Bill. Hey,
Yes.
There's like 4 squad cars that just pulled up.
Okay, Eva, you want to come with me, please?
Yeah.
We'll get this in
is
here.
there a window in this?
There is a window in
Room?
here.
Do we want to go out the door or go through the window and go behind?
I think we wait. Well, that could work definitely for you, but I think I will wait in here in the shadows, and when they enter, then, strike in the darkness. Bill, you ready to kill some cops, buddy?
What?
Whoa,
That's
whoa,
not
whoa,
what I
whoa,
signed
whoa,
up for. What is
whoa, whoa,
happening?
whoa.
And at this point, Giovanni's still just tearing into this dude, just absolutely feeding.
We're running out of time. He needs to finish. And I have a truck full of bodies! Remember? Cops have to die!
No, cops don't have to die. Cops don't have to die. Cops can actually clean up our stupid frat boy problem. Cops have to forget what they're doing here, but they can arrest the frat boys when we're done, and we'll just leave with the U-Haul. Nobody has to die.
What about the one he has to eviscerate and eat the organs of?
We take one with us. Nobody else has to die.
It's at this point he drops the second body, and with a big toothy grin, just takes it and just bites, and just rips a good chunk out, and then launches his teeth into again.
It's too late.
He is
Damn it, Giovanni.
absolutely just not paying
he's
attention to
making a mess.
whatever is going on.
Okay, we get cops to go away. Okay, I agree with this, all right? You come out there with me. We make razzle dazzle, make them go away. We tell them everything's okay. Jedi mind trick, all that good shit.
How are you going to convince them of that?
We make them forget.
Oh, okay. I'll stay here then. I'm not helpful in that area.
So come with me.
All right. I try to grab, do I see a lab coat or anything that makes us look we could possibly toss on?
You do see a single lab coat. Yes, that is on a rack.
Is there maybe a security jacket in the security office?
You'd have to go across the hall to go see if there was one.
Okay, I'll run over there real quick just to see if there's anything.
Yeah, as you guys are all sort of getting and figuring out, like, okay, this is what we need to do. As you open the door more, Dimitri, you just see Bill just get shot as a bullet just goes straight through his head, and you've seen the round before.
Ugh, fuck!
As it leaves a giant burning hole in the side of Bill's head, and he just
Okay, this could work.
he just drops in front of you.
I'll shut the door. Okay, this can work in our favor because they're going to get rid of bodies for us. Let's get the fuck out of here.
As you guys are in the process of opening up the window, you guys can see or hear.
Oh no, I'm jumping through the fucking thing.
Jump through as you boosh go through the window. You can you are on a different side of the building, but to get to where your vehicles were, you'd have to go out to the right, or you can head towards the left, which is like the front entrance of said hospital. But as you sort of bust through Carter and Eva, you can definitely hear a couple of footfalls that begin to enter in, and you just hear one blank down, and then you begin to see flashlights appear as you can see them lighting up the hallway.
I'm going to wait. Is Carter in the room?
I think Carter is still in the room. The only person who has jumped out so far is Dimitri.
Out of the window in the room.
Yeah, he jumped out of the window in the room. He just put his shoulder through the window as he jumped through.
I'm gonna slowly close the door and lock it.
Okay.
Like I don't want to slam it.
Right.
I don't want to make any noise.
You go ahead and shut the door quietly.
Carter, is he almost done?
Yeah. Storyteller, is he almost done?
As you get through, he bites into the third one and begins to like take his claw and just jab it into like right here and just puncture it. But he sort of stops as he sees like Eva quietly shutting the door, and it sort of snaps back into reality of what's taking place. What's going on? It seemed like he was completely out of whatever he was going through. But you at least know he's went through 3 people, but you do know as well, he's mentioned that to get down to 0 hunger, he would have to completely tear someone open and eat the organs of.
Looking at how much blood we've drained, does it seem like we've gotten all of, like, a full amount out?
At quite a decent amount. If not everything, it's damn near close.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if he's hungry. I want to make sure we drain all the nasty crap. Well, since he asked what's up, I say Second Inquisition's here. We have to go.
Yeah. He looks at everyone. Anyone comes through that door, tear them apart. And he jumps out the window.
You're a scary, scary man, Giovanni.
He's like, that's not even my last trick.
I was going to go ahead and head around to the right, up towards the front. Okay. I mean, up towards our vehicles to see if there's any cops left behind.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a Dex plus Stealth for me. And then also a Wits and Awareness. Carter, are you going out after Giovanni, or are you wanting to wait till you're the last person in here? Currently, right now, it's just you and Eva.
Well, if she's not making to go for the window, I will go out the window behind Giovanni.
Okay. Go ahead and go out the window. Eva, did you
Yeah.
lock the door behind after you shut it?
Yes.
Okay. You go ahead and you hear on the door as someone's trying to break it down.
I'm gonna go right after Carter.
Okay.
Out the window.
You guys go ahead
And there's no mortals.
there is 1, 2, 3, 4 mortals left in this room with you.
Okay. Good luck.
They do
the
not
window.
seem they do not seem phased at all as they are. You can see they sort of as you're getting ready to leap out, they smack the bottles that they had in their hand and now have very sharp weapons and are just waiting for someone to come through that door. And right as someone busts through that door, you can see that there was a mortal that was just on the other side and just goes and puts a bottle through one of the Inquisition members' necks.
Nice.
Do I see that as I'm jumping out?
You do.
Okay.
And immediately, shortly after he gets the neck, he grabs the bottle to keep it from moving, and takes a stake and just runs it through the person. That's the last thing you see before they jump out. You jump out of the window and are now out. Dimitri, what did you get on your stealth?
3 and 3. I got
3
3 on my
and
stealth,
3.
3 on my wits and awareness.
All right, let me roll a wits and awareness against for that stealth. All right, they do not seem to have noticed you. And on the 3 for the, which is what you would need as the DC for the wits and awareness, you do see there are 2 individuals. One is keeping guard with some sort of just an assault rifle, and one is in the process of opening up the U-Haul.
So the guy who's keeping eyes on, like with the assault rifle, is he pointing it down the hallway?
No, so
like,
he's actually
watching the guys who...
They're at their back of the truck.
Gotcha.
And he's sort of just watching
Gotcha.
around, trying to watch his back, while the other guy's in the process of opening this up.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna. Did we put a lock on the truck or just shut it?
As far as I was aware,
I
it
think
was
we
just
shut
shut
it.
it. I don't think any lock was
I
purchased.
don't think we had
for
a
it.
lock or anything. I will, as I'm kind of advancing forward, I'm gonna pick up a handful of rocks and kind of throw them behind the guy with the assault rifle, hoping to get him to turn. And when he does, I'm gonna leap on his ass.
Go ahead and see if we can get you a box while you're at it. Go ahead and roll. Let's see here. That would be. Let's say Dex plus Athletics, or Dex plus Athletics for throwing this to see if you can get it where you want it to go.
Okay. One success.
One success. It sort of hits where you want it to, and he stops and looks, and he only looks there for just a moment, but it's enough where you can make your pounce. Go ahead.
By the way, I have a specialty against armed mortals, so
they are. You don't get the bonus. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Not again.
Son of a bitch!
It's a werewolf.
As you it's the same one. No.
No!
As you let's go ahead and roll to see if he passes the surprise on it. He does not. So you are looking for a single success to hit.
Nice. Let's see. Oh, plus strength, plus 2. Oh, wait. Are we on our turf?
You guys are technically in your area, yes.
Does that give any sort of bonus for, like, ass whipping?
I
I don't know
don't.
if it does.
I don't believe there is a extra dot of ass whooping that will be added to this roll.
We should have bought that.
Wait. Each dot in Portillion subtracts 1 die from the foe's dice pool when they attempt, for example, to enter, investigate, surveil. Okay, nothing about attacking, though.
Correct.
Bastards.
It's just make it more difficult for to track you guys particularly.
They're up our ass right now.
Well, you guys did sort of ram a building.
I had nothing to do with that. I'll have
It's
you
the
know,
proverbial
sir.
you guys, you know.
Okay, I got 4 successes.
That is 3 net hits. So what were you using?
My hands, because they're lethal weapons.
Oh, yes. So does that mean they do aggravated damage to mortals?
Yes, they do.
Ooh.
And they ignore 2 levels of armor.
As you go ahead and punch the shit out of this dude, you're actually hit as you do recognize said armor, as you've worn it yourself, you sort of do know the weak spots for it, and you do know that your fists do ignore a good portion of that armor. So they end up taking, let's see here, 4 aggravated. Good lord.
Sucks to suck, bro.
Yeah. Carter and Eva, you guys are out at this time. You see roughly as you guys get out the window, Dimitri throw a rock, and the guard sort of turns and looks at it and just sort of jumps and makes a deep, visible impact. As you can, Dimitri, you heard it, but just the absolute crack of the rib that just right into his side. But you guys see him move very quickly. Whoever would like to act next can have a chance to act.
I'm guessing Carter would stay with Giovanni.
Yeah, I'll stay with Giovanni.
Okay.
I'm hoping Gio's getting involved.
Oh, he doesn't know us. I'm gonna. How far away is it? Like, could I run over there pretty fast?
Yeah, they probably would be able to use a round of movement to get there pretty quickly. So yeah, you definitely would be able to. It wasn't. It's probably maybe about 30 feet away. So you definitely could sprint over there real quick.
Even the guy that's behind the U-Haul, like opening the.
Yep. And he literally got the lock off as the guy that Dimitri punches just hits, and he like turns to look at Dimitri. So his back is completely to you and Carter currently.
Okay, I'm gonna run after that guy.
Okay.
Well, run into him.
And then I'm assuming you're going to pull out a blade and give the good stabby stab. Or is there
Yes,
something
I
else you'd
will.
like to do?
Well, actually, yeah, I'll pull out the blade, and I also have rapid reflexes, so.
Nice. Bullet dodging.
All the bullets are dodging. Okay. I will also roll another what's an awareness with a disadvantage because he's currently hella distracted. And then if you want to go ahead and roll Dex plus melee with your knife. And he once again was unable to successfully see the attack that is taking place, so you are looking for a single success.
I got 2.
You got 2. You go ahead and pierce through the side. You notice that the armor takes a good portion of that damage, But you do one aggravated and a couple superficial, as it sort of nicks most of the armor. But you can definitely feel like there was some give before making full impact. Carter, you do see that Giovanni is sort of looking around, trying to take in everything.
I'll tell him we have to go back. We have to get rid of Second Inquisition. And the reason why is because there's a gallon and a half of your blood in that building. You do not want them to have that.
Ah, shit. And you see him sort of step into the shadows and disappear.
Carter's like, I'm gonna take the long way getting back there. I'll
That's
meet you on the other
absolutely
side.
correct.
No,
I'll go back in. If he's going to go back in, I'll go back in.
Yeah, he stepped into a shadow and disappeared. You're not exactly sure where he went into, but he stepped into a shadow and then just was gone.
I'll spin back around to try to get to the window.
Yeah. And at this point, you can see a couple of Second Inquisition members that are. One doesn't look like they've made it through the barrage of mortals, but out of the 4 mortals that were in there when you guys left, 3 of them are down with a stake in their chest.
And there's one Second Inquisition guy.
There's one Second Inquisition guy and 1 mortal standing, sort of like fighting each other. He has a stake. He's trying to dodge around and not get stabbed with this broken bottle.
All right. I look at the Second Inquisition guy and I say, hey. And then hopefully he looks up at me and I say, forget.
Love it.
Go ahead and make the roll.
Oh shit, they might have those helmets on though.
Thanks for reminding the storyteller about the helmets.
Oh, like I forgot about the helmets.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think he's gonna forget that shit.
I am not one of your people. You can just make forget.
Oh,
Forget.
Oh, I forgot. Wasn't prepared.
that was easy.
Oof.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Oh shit, you're like super hungry.
I am
Damn.
super hungry.
Well, you can always eat this guy.
Oh, I'm about to.
Unfortunately,
don't
he
know.
was. Because that's against. What is that versus? That is versus.
Wits and resolve.
Yes, okay. He did not seem to forget as he's mid-combat, but because of your distraction, as he sort of looks over to see who called his attention, you do see the human sort of just take the bottle and just run it through his neck, and just sort of just drops. But you can definitely see flashlights coming from down the hallway, as showing there's more people inside. And that is where we will go ahead and wrap up for tonight's session.
No, you bastard!
What can I say?
Oh,
But
suck!
I know. I have a very sad baby that I need to go take care of. Otherwise, I would be down to
I
keep
get it.
running this down. But yes, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. Eva, thank you so much for causing a wonderful, wonderful hole in the side of a building.
Way to go, Eva. Way to go.
You cause accidents even when you're the passenger.
I know.
Damn.
You guys said to go with the truck, so
Really, this is your guys' fault. What I'm getting out of it.
Yeah, it's pretty much. It's always our fault, dude.
But thank you guys again for coming and hanging out. Really appreciate it. I know it's not our typical night, but we will be back next Tuesday at our normal scheduled time as we go ahead and finish up this combat, for better or worse, minus 1 bill, which will be interesting to explain to Ashley what happened. But that's future coteries problems, not right now. But we will see you guys later. Make sure if you guys haven't already, check out the YouTube. We did just hit 100 subscribers. So if you'd like to see past episodes of how the coterie met and the shenanigans that has been here ever since, I think, episode 2, please feel free to look at the YouTube and see where this shenanigans go to. It's also on podcast form. So I will see y'all later. Have a good night. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.